Okay, this guy is a little bit of a mess. We've got a lot of tangent and cotangents here. Nothing cancels, so keep yourself from canceling anything in this proof. I'm going to work with a fraction first, the tan minus cotan over tan plus cotan. I'm going to work with that fraction first and get it as simple as possible before dealing with the plus 2 cosine squared. And it's all going to be equal to 1, which I found students find either very satisfying or very frustrating. So hopefully you're on the satisfying. So tangent is the same as sine over cosine. And I think that's really the only way to simplify this. We got to change everything to sines and cosines. There are no Pythagorean identities that apply here because nothing is squared. I mean, your cosine is squared, but we're not dealing with that yet. So when in doubt, change everything to sine and cosine. Tangent sine over cosine. Cotangent is cosine over sine. And now in our fraction, we need a common denominator in our numerator and in our denominator. So this first fraction, I need to multiply by sine over sine. My second fraction, I need to multiply by cosine over cosine. And the same in the denominator. So in my numerator, my common denominator is sine times cosine. And my terms are sine squared minus cosine squared. In my denominator, my common denominator is sine times cosine. And my numerator in my denominator is sine squared plus cosine squared. Hopefully you're starting to see kind of where to go from here and kind of a little bit able to see some steps forward. A couple of things that I would do now. First, sine squared plus cosine squared is 1. So that numerator isn't going to disappear, but it is going to turn into 1. The other thing I would do is either flip the second and multiply or do your grouping. I like the grouping situation, so I like to do this. Top and bottom, those become my numerator. Those are the top of my new fraction. And here, these guys become the bottom of my new fraction. That way we're going to get rid of that fraction over a fraction situation. And I'm going to put everything in parentheses here. So I have sine cosine times sine squared minus cosine squared all over, and the only thing in my denominator now is 1 times sine cosine. So just sine cosine. Since we have multiplication going on, we can cancel, and there's some lovely canceling we can do here. Sine cosine, gone. I'm trying to match 1 here. That's what I'm wanting to, that's what I'm equal to. So I'm going to rewrite. Now I no longer have a denominator, so sine squared minus cosine squared is over 1. And that's where this 2 cosine squared x comes into play. Negative cosine squared and 2 cosine squared are like terms. Negative 1 plus 2 leaves us with just 1 cosine squared, and it's a positive 1. Shoot! that is the path of least resistance on that proof, or at least the path of least resistance that I could find. If it's okay with you, I'm not going to try another method on that one. I'm just going to go ahead and conclude the video. Remember, on any of these videos, feel free to pause anytime you need. Pause and try to get ahead. Pause and catch up with my steps. Re-watch the video to see if if you're not really understanding, or if you're just needing to hear the explanation again. That's what they're here for.